Today we have with us Mr. Mayuresh Rajadhyaksha with over 10 plus years of experience in wealth management. Thank you so much, sir, for coming today on the podcast.
Thank you, Nivan.
Is there anything you'd like to add to that introduction?
Nothing, Nivan. I will just try my level best to answer all your questions.
Awesome. So let's begin. So, textbooks usually suggest that risk tolerance, time horizon, and client know how are factors affecting investment decisions. Apart from these, what is one crucial factor, according to you, that drives client investment choices?
So, there are multiple factors. First of all, whenever we are assessing the customer's overall profile, risk is one of the important factor. But apart from that, we have to also understand his age, his demographic condition, where he's staying, what kind of a surrounding he is living, and overall his earning patterns also. So the important decision is, of course, age. And when it comes to India, there are a lot of families where earning member is a male partner. So we have to also understand how many dependent he has. So there can be a possibility a customer is earning 10 lakhs as a salary, okay, where he has only his wife and maybe a kid, one kid. So that customer, the planning will be different. But there is the same customer, the same salary, if some other customer is earning, where he has two kids and where his parents are also dependent on him. So there can be a different strategy for that customer. So we have to understand age and the number of dependent and obviously the demographic conditions of that customer.
Like as you said, like about customer two, who more people are dependent on. Like for that kind of customer, like do you use like less riskier like investments, or do you look at less riskier, I guess,
It is
shares? Or- Hmm?
So I can only tell you that rather than risk factor, we also understand the cash flows. Okay. So if he's earning 10 lakhs rupees a month, after spending all the money, okay, I mean on the living expenses for maybe education or parents' medical expenses or some other expenses, how much amount, okay, is available for saving? Okay, so that factor is very important. So that will differ from person to person, family to family. But when it comes to risk appetite, the planning will be same, but the amount will be different. So for 10 lakhs customer, there can be a possibility where he has 7 lakhs saving per month. But for the other customer, probably it will be 3 lakhs. Okay. And the other factor is when it comes to dependent parents. Okay, maybe the risk appetite will be little bit on a moderate or a low side because there can be immediate expenses toward medical. So we also have to understand the dependent, what kind of a dependent he's having. For maybe for older parents, we have to select certain investments where the investment horizon is shorter. If a 3 or 5 year old kid, we are happy to invest in a longer horizon investment. So all these factor matters. That's the reason I told you that dependent and number of dependents, their age and customers' age matters a lot while deciding on the investments.
Understood. And I see this large emphasis and analysis of all these factors that are affecting the clients and this increased focus on client centricity in wealth management firms. But what is the biggest
Right.
challenge that you face as a wealth manager in staying client centric?
See, I personally feel that whenever you are a client centric or whether you follow a service first approach, most of the clients usually like that approach, and you will end up getting investments from that client. Okay, but there are certain customers where other factors affect their decision making while selecting a wealth manager. Okay, because in India especially, we have observed that in every family you will have a LIC agent. In every family you have some close friend who is also into the same field. And sometimes, due to obligation, customer will have to give certain investments to that person. I really don't want to get into the you can say expertise of that wealth manager, but maybe due to obligation, they have to route the investments through that person. Okay, so even if you are following a customer-centric approach, you are servicing him, but he may have some limitations. Uh, for giving 100% investments or routing 100% investment through you. So that is one of the challenge which I feel we generally face. And apart from that, see, whenever you are advising any product or any service to the client, client usually do a lot of research on the internet, and that research is always on a positive side and also a negative side. You will not get any product or services where you will see the 100% positive reviews on the internet. So even if you are following a good service approach or customer centric approach, clients will like you, they will listen to you, but ultimately you will be able to get the investment. That is totally depending on the overall factors like these uh, family agents, or maybe reviews on the internet, or maybe other factors also sometimes. So yes, but I can say 70 to 80% success ratio you can achieve through a client centric approach.
Yeah. And wealth management, obviously, clients are probably the most important part of your job. But as a wealth
Right.
manager, do you have to attract clients? And if you do, what are some strategies that you personally use?
So I can tell you the important strategy, and there is no rocket science in that strategy. One happy customer can give you four good references. Okay. Let's assume that you are my client. Okay. Uh, Maybe I approached you through my friend. Okay. Through my friend, I approached you. I gave you some planning. We have spent nice time with each other. 1 or 2 years, you have seen my work, and you are happy with my work. Happy in terms of the investment advice I have given you, happy in terms of the service which I have given you. Okay, you are happy. So if you are happy, and as a wealth manager, I'm asking references from you that, okay, sir, can you please refer some of your friends or relatives to me? I'm happy to serve them also. So probability to get references from a happy customer is always higher, and he can definitely give you 3 to 4 good references. So this is how the chain of clients you can attract. So from one customer, on an average, 3 to 4 references, and then so on. This is how you can build your clients network and your overall investment AUM through the active referencing model. And the second thing is, we have already discussed that, customer service or customer centric approach. So uh, uh, referencing and customer centric approach, and the basic is obviously knowledge. You have to have the knowledge, but I feel that all the wealth manager are almost at par. I don't see any challenge in terms of position, but the difference will be the service and how you are engaging with the customer. So if your engagement is strong, service-wise customer is happy, he will refer you more customers, and so on. You will definitely build the network of customers through active referencing.
So, like, word of mouth marketing is really important in wealth management.
Exactly, exactly. I mean, you can take your example. If you're happy with any, forget about a wealth manager. If you're happy with any service provider, you will definitely refer him to somebody else also for that work.
Audio Jungle.
Yeah, so in wealth management, you have to make a lot of decisions like in which assets you'll invest and how you'll manage the individual's wealth. But when looking at other wealth managers, do you observe a certain bias towards their own firm's products? For example, a wealth manager at Kotak recommending the Kotak Nifty 50 over any other product that could possibly yield slightly higher returns?
See, I will tell you, I will not, I don't want to comment on any competitive competition, but I will tell you that when it comes to wealth management business, this business is based on the trust, okay, and the service. If you are giving any product which is not suitable as per the client's profile, or any other product of the same category is performing better, but still you are referring certain product where there can be any reason why you are promoting that product, but yeah, still you are referring, you are biased towards any specific product. After 6 months or 1 year or a 2 year, he will come to know, customer will come to know that this product was not suitable for me. and that time he will make some perception about you and your services. So it will definitely result into uh, overall relationship, and then the probability to get the more business from that customer is always low. So I feel that most of the wealth manager are matured enough to understand this, and they usually don't follow these strategies, and they usually build a long-term relationship. And to build a long-term relationship, you have to be honest with the customer, and you have to promote products as per the customer's risk profile and the best option available in that particular segment. So I don't see, I mean, there are wealth managers or there are individual agents who are promoting these practices, but the percentage is very low, and day by day it is decreasing, because we have to understand uh, the social media is so active that you will come to know that, I mean, client will come to know that you have given him the wrong product, or you are biased towards any specific product.
Yeah, and so you also spoke about how clients do their research before coming to a wealth manager. They have their own opinions on particular investment decisions or particular assets in which you can invest. So there's going to be
Right?
some like emotional factor that drives their personal decision making. So how do you strike the right balance between emotional and rational investment decisions?
See, first of all, when you are proposing any product or any service, okay, to the client, you also have to understand what is going on in his mind. You also understand what kind of customer you're dealing with. And once you spend more time with the customer, you can understand his pattern and his thinking, majorly his thinking pattern. So if a customer is very particular and he usually research everything, okay, before making any decision. Okay. First of all, as a wealth manager, you have to do all the research, that whether the product is good or bad, what kind of reviews available on the internet, and then only you can propose. Okay. Usually, there are products which are kind of famous in the social media or on the financial with social media, in the sense there are websites which promotes all the products. So you also have to understand, even if the customer is doing any research, your product will be the best in that, also in that category. So I feel that if you are honest with the product proposition, whether customer is doing research, whether he is asking 10 different people, your product should be the winner for him. And if you are, sometimes there can be a possibility the product is new, that product doesn't have a track record, then your knowledge and conviction plays a part. Then how you are convincing the customer, and how you are confident about the product, and how you are taking the responsibility, that matters a lot. So your knowledge, your conviction, and deep research on the product will definitely overcome the challenges which you spoke.
Yeah, and so you spoke about like research, getting data, and how that influences decision making. But how much of it is balanced between data and your own intuition and belief that a particular asset will perform well?
See, first of all, when it comes to the wealth management, or any investment advisor, you're dealing with products which are market driven. Okay, they can go up, they can go down. Sometimes you get positive return, sometimes you get negative return. So, what kind of a disclosures or disclaimers you are using while promoting the customer, promoting that product, is very important. Though you are convinced with the product, though you have seen the ups and downs of that product, but customer is not an expert. Okay, being a wealth manager, you have to tell him that what kind of a risk is associated with that particular product. No one is magician over here. Okay, if you're dealing with a high risk product in bad market, that product will not perform, and customer should be ready for that, taking that kind of a risk. So disclosures and disclaimers are very important. And if you are proposing the product with all the disclosures, and customer is willing to take the risk with with the investment horizon which you are advising to him, I don't see any challenge on that. It's all about making a transparent deal, telling each and every feature of the product. If a customer is not understanding any feature, try to make him understand that these are the risks associated with that. You have to give him the examples of the bad scenario in the market also, and that time how the product has performed. So all these factors, if you are explaining to the customer, I don't see any challenge. Customer will definitely make a decision, and at least mentally he'll be ready that okay, in bad market condition, my product will not perform because it is linked with the market.
Audio Jungle.
So now let's move on to some questions curated towards younger wealth managers or aspiring wealth managers. What is one key
Okay.
skill or attribute that can make a young up and coming wealth manager stand out to the higher ups?
See, first of all, the basic is knowledge. You have to, and knowledge is something which is not a one-time process. Every day you have to read a lot. Every day you have to read a lot, and of course you have to watch different news channels or maybe famous YouTubers. You have to have a view. You have to have a view. You cannot be you can't be clueless. Okay, like if a client is asking something, you have to have that view. Whether it's a right view or wrong view is a different thing altogether. But you have to have that conviction that you are able to answer all the questions. So knowledge is the key element. Okay, before getting into the wealth manager. And the second is as a wealth manager, you have to be interactive. Okay, if the person is introvert, it is difficult for that person to engage with the customer, prospective customer. So by nature, you should be very interactive. And the third thing is you should be ready for field work. It is not a desk job. Okay, you have to go to client's office. You have to go to client's residence. You have to work on sometimes holidays also. So these three things are basic things. Like this is not an office job. This is not a desk job. Okay. 60 to 70% of the time you have to spend with the customer, and customer is not going to walk into your office. You have to visit the customer's place. You have to present. Uh, uh, you have to present your product, propose different investments option. So the knowledge, um, interactive behavior, and ready to do a field job. It is not a desk job. If you're ready for these three things, then you can definitely make a good career in wealth management.
Yeah, and you're saying that these factors are so important. But what does someone who's in my position right now, what are some of the crucial first steps that they can take towards achieving or honing these attributes?
So at your age, there are a lot of exams which are available in the market. NISM. Okay, it's basically you will have exams on the equity. You will have examples on I mean exams on mutual funds, commodity market, foreign exchange. So as a young person, you have to give all these exams. So your base will be knowledge base will be uh, you will have a knowledge base, and then spend more time um, in reading current affairs, politics, whether it's a state level, whether it's a country level, international politics, geopolitical factor. You have to read a lot. You have to read a lot because you will meet different customers. Person can be from defense background, person can be from banking background, person can be from political background, person can be from media. You don't know whom you are meeting. So when you're meeting different people, you should have the basic knowledge about their field also so that you can engage with them. So this is not an overnight process, but okay, you just have to ensure that I am aware about the basic things, basic news, okay, around me, whether it's international or at a country level. So the first thing is give all the exams, okay, which are related to investments or capital market. And the second thing is read a lot. And honestly speaking, there are a lot of postgraduate or graduate programs available in the overall in the market that where you can, of course, apply and you can get an admission, and then you can obviously through that institute only you can get a good opportunity in the market.
So you spoke about the importance of reading and getting information. Not to put you under the spot here, but are there some sources that you would recommend that someone my age read?
See, see, first of all, the sources are there are different sources available. But at your age, I don't think so. You should explore those sources. First of all, you have to get into the basics. And basics is give all the exams which are essential to get into the wealth management or finance or maybe investment, overall investment. You can say wealth management only. So give all the exams or enroll yourself maybe for the postgraduate or graduate programs where they are exclusively for wealth manager or investment investment or you can say investment management. So I feel that this is something basic for your age. But when it because there are a lot of YouTubers which are available, but probably when it comes to YouTuber, they have their view. It can be right, it can be wrong. And at your age, you don't have to get into right or wrong thing. You have to basically first get the basic right for you. Then once you have your opinion, then you can probably understand which direction you really want to go. Because you can have a YouTuber who is saying X thing, and there can be a YouTuber who is saying Y thing. So I really don't want to confuse you with those sources. As of now, go with the normal study, give exams, and maybe enroll yourself for the graduation or post-graduation program, which is into wealth management.
Yes, and you spoke about the importance of these exams and a graduate and postgraduate degree. But in wealth management, how important is one's degree or college compared to their genuine skill and intuition?
See, I feel that when it comes to skill, see, right now we are living in metro, okay, but there are, when it comes to India, there are rural and semi-urban areas also, where people are not good at speaking English. They're not presentable also. They don't have presentation skills. So for them, I mean, though they have a knowledge and they have a excellent command over the topic, but unfortunately they are not presentable. So, for them, these MBAs or degree from a good institute is very important because that degree will brush up their presentation skills and communication skills. It will really help them to get more clients because when you are working in a metro, you have to be presentable and you have to have that like uh, lack of communication skills should not be an obstacle for you. Though you have a knowledge, but unfortunately, only because you're not able to speak English, you're not you're not maybe you're not talking with conviction. So I feel that to develop skills you have to have a degree, but on paper any 12th pass person also can get into wealth management. But when it comes to skill, especially presentation skills and the knowledge part, I feel that graduation or a post graduation is something which is basic. Okay, no one should skip that, it is important.
Yes, and you spoke about like presentability. And is it important maybe to wear, to dress well, to speak well? Is that something that increases the likelihood of you attracting or landing clients?
See, I feel that the person who dress well, okay, is always have a different confidence level. Okay, when you are groomed well, when you are dressed well, when your body language is positive, when you talk with conviction, when you have passion for your career, or maybe when you for maybe for your job or your business, the message will definitely I mean the client will definitely understand that kind of a hunger in you, and it will definitely help to get business from that client. Because a lot of times client also observe you that what kind of costumes you are wearing, what kind of shoes you are wearing, how you're dressed up, and how you're talking, whether you are whether you are a casual person. So, and when you are dealing with super HNI customers, they are at certain positions. So they also know how to judge people. So these are the presentation skills, the the overall attire, and you can say what you're talking, how to talk, when to talk, listening skills. All these are important factors, okay, when you are representing in front of you're presenting yourself in front of client. So I feel that all these factors matters a lot. So for me, it is very, very important.
Audio Jungle.
Now, moving on to market trends and how the market is evolving. Obviously, the only thing that's constant in the market is change, it's always dynamic. What are some trends today that are shaping wealth creation in India?
See, I feel that India is really doing well. We are growing at 6.5% right now. Okay. The important thing which I feel that uh, which is on a positive side, which we have is political stability. Uh, I'm not promoting any party, okay, whether it's a present government or whether it's an old government. When you have a majority or when you are close to majority in the parliament, the decision making, the policy decision making is always easy for that government. Okay. Considering the political stability in last 11 years, we have taken a lot of good decisions. We have spent a lot of money on the infrastructure. We have spent a lot of money on the healthcare and education, okay, without any obstacle. So the political stability is the one of the biggest advantage which we have. We have a young population. In India, we have a young population. Okay, in China or in US, the young population, or in European countries also, the young population is decreasing. Young population is always an asset for the company, for the country. So all these factors will definitely adds up, and it will help to grow the economy. And if your economy is growing, obviously your investments will grow. So everything is dependent on each other. And considering the political scenario in the country, uh, I feel that we don't have the strong opposition. Okay. So I feel that this government will continue and they will keep making good decisions for the country, and it will definitely help the overall investments scenario positively.
Understood. And so, with these changes happening, how do you see your decision making process evolving over the next few years?
So, see, when it comes to decision making, first of all, when you're dealing with risky instruments, okay, the important factor when you are talking to a customer is obviously the investment horizon. Okay. So any risky instrument, when you are proposing to the client, minimum 5 years is something which is the investment horizon. So as far as the client is willing to give that time to that investment, I don't see any challenge. Okay. The only difference is when to enter and when to exit from the market. So there are different strategies where you can invest periodically. There are strategies like SIP, there are strategies like STP, where you will not invest in a lump sum manner. Probably you will invest in a periodic manner. So considering the market, let's assume that if the market is volatile and you don't know the right level to enter into the market, you can spread the investment in 3 months or maybe 6 months. So you will invest your money, I mean clients' money in a periodical manner. So you are not stuck at a wrong level. Okay. So that kind of a awareness you should have, that kind of a tracking you should have, and you can communicate same to the customer, and he will definitely listen to you. Okay, because your money is getting invested at a different levels. So rather than stucking at a wrong level, you are basically diversifying your risk. So when it comes to the investment decision, when you're dealing with the risky instruments, obviously the important factor is the investment horizon. And if the client is comfortable, you can definitely suggest all the investments with obviously appropriate disclosures and disclaimers.
So, now let's move on to underrated and overrated. I'm going to give you some viewpoints, thoughts, opinions, and I'm going to ask you whether it's underrated, as in given not enough attention, or overrated, given too
Hmm.
much attention, or even fairly rated,
Hmm.
given as much attention as it
Hmm.
deserves. So let's begin.
Hmm.
AI will take over early jobs in wealth management,
Overrated.
increase investment in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin.
Overrated.
Companies increase focus on client centric investing.
Fairly rated.
Networking in wealth management.
Barely rated.
And lastly, the internet as a medium for learning about wealth management.
Overrated.
Thank you so much. And that wraps it up. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Before we conclude, one final
Thanks a lot.
question.
Thanks a lot, Iman.
Briefly, what is the
Thank you, sir.
most important thing you've learned in your career as a wealth manager?
Uh, Customer is king, and service to sales approach.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show. Thank you for giving your time. I learned a lot. I'm going to be using these insights and putting them into practice.